Hey guys, so you wouldn't believe what just happened to me today. I was taking the bus going to school as I normally am, and this guy came up to me and he gave that really creepy douchebag vibe, you know the one? And well, he stood up and he said something along the lines of ASMR sucks and you are gross. And me having the bravery of a chicken nugget, I just didn't know what to say to him and I just stood there frozen. But luckily the person sitting right next to me got up and you wouldn't believe who they were. It was Albert Einstein. And then the person in front of me got up and that too was a famous person. It was Kylie Jenner. And by this point, more and more people started getting up and coming to the middle of the bus where I was, and the douchebag basically got surrounded so he could not leave. And one of the people in the crowd was Sherlock and the other was that guy from Doctor Who. And basically at that point everybody was standing up and they were surrounding him, and everybody on that damn bus just said in one voice, ASMR doesn't suck, you suck. And I shit you not, the douchebag started crying. Like, he started sobbing, and afterwards he just disintegrated in a pile of dust in front of me. It was insane. The bus driver stopped and started applauding, and everybody was applauding and congratulating me for some reason. It was insane. And afterwards, Kylie Jenner asked me on a date. And long story short, now we are married and have 9 children together. So now it's time to leave your privilege at the door and we can begin our obviously fake tales from Tumblr story time. So this one time in grade 8, I was walking home and some of the popular girls came up to me and pushed me into a puddle and told me to go have sex with my boyfriend. And this girl says, wait guys, she doesn't even have one. And they all laughed at me until the most popular guy in school came up to me and said, wait, did we break up? I sure hope not. And kissed me. And I had no clue what he was up to, but yeah, we just got married. Here's the thing that happened to one of my friends. I was there. Basically, we were walking down the sidewalk talking about something meaningless. I think it had to do with the movie. Then this bus screeches up, stops next to us, and a bunch of people with down with cis shirts climbed out and started beating him up. I was punched and kicked a bit too, but I managed to avoid brutalization by going for their faces. After figuring out what was happening, I started attacking them back, getting them off of him. He was quite injured, but I called 911 and he made a full recovery at the hospital. I was fine with only a cut on my arm that they patched up. Holy freaking shit, I am so dead. Just sent my honors teacher a pic of Jong-un shirtless by mistake. Oh my fucking god, someone just kill me already. Okay, so a lot of people are asking me to upload the picture. Yeah. So yeah, I checked my email this morning and my teacher replied. Many people asked me to post a reply. Hello there, Alia. This is your honor teacher, Mrs. Rhodes. I saved your essay to read last and that picture wasn't your essay, but I'm going to give you an A because that young man is a very fine young man. Haha, thank you for making my day. Bye bye now. What the fuck just happened? So, because of the update, I went outside and started screaming at 12 a.m. So naturally, someone thought I was being murdered and called the police. And when they got here, I had to give them my explanation for screaming at 12 a.m. So I just said Homestuck. And one of the cop's eyes suddenly got really big, and then he said it updated. And then he read the update on his phone. I have a grown policeman sitting in my driveway crying and cursing under his breath. His partner gave him a shock blanket. Oh my god. Oh my god. My friend had jury duty today, and when they told her to put her hand on the Bible, she just started to scream, it burns us, it burns us. And everyone was staring at her and she just laughs. And one religious lady even fainted. My brother's friend was starting to apply for colleges. And one of the colleges he applied to required a 3-page essay explaining what daring meant to them. So, being the clever person he was, on each page he wrote one word with huge font. This is daring. And he later got accepted. Oh my fucking god. Today at school I was talking to my gay friend and some random kid walked by and called me a fag hag. And I didn't know what to do, so I just went up to the kid and hugged him. And I was like, it's okay. Once you come out of the closet, you will discover your true self. And then he hugged me back and started crying. And he said, it's just so hard to feel accepted. And I just... The queer whisperer. One time I knew a girl who wrote the entire paper on John Locke for English class. And she made a post on her Tumblr about it, saying that the teacher had given it back to her with a note saying I ship it to and gave her an A+. But I knew for a fact it wasn't true because I was assigned to hand back papers that day, and in reality she had failed the paper and our teacher had written "See me" at the top. Today I saw this cute cop and my first thought was, damn, I would tap that ass so bad. And then he laughed and came closer to me and I thought I did something bad and I couldn't think what was it. And when we started talking, I took off my headphones and he said, that was quite a compliment, young lady. And in that moment I realized I said that out loud and fuck my life, and why must I have a mouth with no filter? Oh my god, guys. I was at Disneyland and saw this lady go up to this little girl dressed up as Thor and say, that's not ladylike. And this little girl jumps into a fighting stance, points her hammer at the lady and says, suck my ass, in the most serious look. I can't. My dad will be 64 this autumn. My dad is a die-hard Republican. My dad was a Southern Baptist pastor for nearly 30 years, and my dad is a Sherlock fan. He's always had TV shows he enjoyed. I grew up on Star Trek. It was kind of our thing. But he mostly is a passive fan. The kind who is willing to wait patiently until the next season of something airs and suddenly remembers 2 hours prior that today's the day. So when my dad called me a couple weeks ago, voice a little tremulous, begging me to send him a link whereby he could stream Sherlock season 3 and bypass the PBS waiting period, I happily sent him the best one I'd found. He didn't want to wait, he wanted to watch it now. And I could respect him for that. It was a pleasant surprise, him loving the show so much that he had to watch it now. Today, I finally got a chance to ask him about it. I was bouncing on my toes, excited to be fangirling about my fave show with my own father. What did you think, Dad? I didn't expect him to get a little choked up. His next words blew my mind. He said, Sweetie, I am old, set in my ways. I was taught and adhered to a certain way that people should be with each other. I preached it and I voted in the light of it. And I taught it to you and your sister. But I watched this show and I watched these two men fall in love with each other. And the only thing I could think was, these two souls are meant to be together. Sherlock Holmes and John Watson are soulmates. Over my years as a pastor, I've seen couples get married and couples get divorced. It happens. But I've never seen two people who were more perfectly designed to fit together, and it broke my heart to see it not happen for them. I'm sorry I've been such an ass. Given that it was a brave moment, I blurred out, "Dad, I'm bisexual." And he turned to me and smiled, tears in his eyes, and said, "Just be happy. Don't fret that the press has yet to discover the subtext inherent to Sherlock. Don't fret that the creators and the actors will deny it, because if my dad can see it, then it's crystal clear. My almost 64 years old dad ships John Locke. My Southern Baptist pastor dad ships John Locke, to the point that he internalized change in his thinking about same-sex relationships and happily accepted my rather abrupt coming out. Keep the faith. This ship has sailed, and my dad, of all people, is right on fucking board. That was all for today. If you enjoyed my video, don't forget to like it and give me some love in the comments below. But then again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not your mother. Until next time, bye bye guys, and I love your shoelaces.